So I'm one of those weird people who are regularly changing what their daily driver smartphone is. Some days I'm running my Galaxy Z Fold 4. Other days I'm using my Microsoft Surface Duo 2. Now, when I am using my Z Fold 4, my choice of earbuds is quite simple. It is the Samsung Galaxy Buds 2 Pro. They are absolutely fantastic. They sound as good as any buds on the market. They are incredibly feature rich and well integrated with that smartphone. Now, when I am using my Microsoft Surface Duo 2, things are a bit more complicated because there's not such a cut and dry answer to what earbuds I should be using. As of late, maybe I've been using my Liberty 4s from Soundcore. Maybe in the not so recent past, I was using my Sony Link Buds, those weird little earbuds with a hole in the middle, because I like to be able to hear the world around me really, really clearly. But now, I think I may have finally found a permanent answer, at least a somewhat permanent answer to that question. It is the Sony Link Buds S. Now, I'm going to show you the unboxing of these here in just a moment. But first, let's take a look at why I wound up buying these things. They are currently on sale for $150. Normally, they're $199, but you can get them on Amazon or from Best Buy at $150. So that makes these things, really takes them from being, okay, that's pretty steep. We're not too far from the Galaxy Buds 2 Pros, which are really, really good. Now we're $150. That's a pretty reasonable price for a name brand, really like premium set of earbuds. So like I said, let's take a look at this unboxing that I filmed prior, and then we're going to come back and talk about what it's been like daily driving these lovely earbuds for the last several days. Spoiler alert, I really like them. All right, so we have this Sony Link Buds S here. These are supposed to be some of the better wireless earbuds on the market. They normally retail for $199, but I was able to grab these for $149 at Best Buy. Let's go ahead and pop this off, and let's get into the unboxing. I do like this Sony continues to use these like fully recyclable packaging. This was something that they did on the standard Link Buds, which I reviewed a while back. Very, very cool. I really actually do like it. Everything in here, I believe, is made of paper, really thick cardboard and paper up there. And even the thing wrapping around the earbuds, also made of cardboard or paper. Let's lift this out. And looks like I should have in here a USB-A to C cable. My ear tips are in there, this little sleeve that pulls out, which is, I don't know, there's something about this that I think is just really neat. Let's pull the paper off of this, as these are the buds themselves. And interestingly enough, I did not know this, they're actually textured. Like this is like a rough texture, not going to pick up fingerprints at all. This is quite lightweight. This actually feels lighter than a lot of the earbuds I have around. Popping it open, there's a nice LED there to show, I'm assuming, your charge. And here are the buds themselves. They are quite small. I'm actually going to grab my Buds 2 Pros from Samsung to compare size-wise. You can see in regard to the case, the Buds 2 Pro are still very, very small, but it's not a huge difference. And then the buds themselves, these are similar sized earbuds. They're actually really, really similar in terms of size, which is a good thing because I really do like the Buds 2 Pros, and that size is really nice and adds to the comfort level. These are very, very lightweight, and they do carry that same kind of like almost like a rough texture, which might make them a bit easier to grip. Now, of course, this case does charge via USB-C, but it does not feature wireless charging. Now, of course, I did momentarily mention the Link Buds that came out prior. They're the earbuds that have that hole in the middle. It was weird to me when the Link Buds S were announced, and they are just a traditional, normal set of earbuds. They do not have that ability to pass through audio in the sense that the audio can just go straight into your ear. There's a hole in the way. So it is still odd to me that they kept that branding, but totally made a different product in this regard. This is a pretty standard set of earbuds, but all that kind of being put aside, because I did like the regular Link Buds, the Link Buds S are actually quite good. First thing I want to do here is I'm going to just pop them in so that you can see what they look like in my ear. Just a few days ago, I did a review of a set of earbuds from Soundpeats, and one of my biggest complaints about them was that they stuck out of my ear super duper far. And I think you can see with the Link Buds S that is not a problem at all. These are quite low profile, not as much as the Buds 2 Pro. What I'll do here really quickly is I will put one of the Buds 2 Pros in and let you kind of see the difference there. They're not quite as low profile as those, but they're really, actually, really, maybe they are. They're really, they're really, really close. Not much to complain about in terms of the physicality of them. I'm using the ear tips that came with them, and they have fit me very well. I've worn these things a lot, and in fact, right now the pass-through mode is on. I can hear myself speaking really, really well. And by virtue of this, and by virtue of the comfort of these things, which is really, really top notch, I'm able to wear these for hours at a time and just switch between pass through, play, pause my music without ever touching my phone or my watch or anything like that, talk to people out in the world. And everything is totally fine. They're really, really comfortable, and they're really easy to wear for long periods of time. Let's take a moment here and let's look at kind of how it works on your phone. So one thing that I do love that we see in modern phones is the fact that we have, these sorts of things popping up in our notifications. You can see the battery charge of each bud, as well as what the state was of the charging case whenever the buds were removed. So there's also a really nice widget here you can put on your home screen that's going to show you that same data. It's also going to let you change between your different equalizer presets. You can see there, I've got mine set to custom 1. Let's tap on that widget and open up the app itself. And you can see that there's actually quite a bit of customization that can be done in this app. So the first thing here, we're going to go through all this stuff. So if you don't want to see this, skip ahead. The first one is adaptive sound control. Ambient sound control based on activities. The app detects your actions and automatically switches how to take in the ambient sound. So it's basically listening and trying to figure out, hey, is the stuff around you stuff that you want to hear or not, and trying to be adaptive in that way. This is not something I like. I like to have just control over this myself, but it's there if you want to kind of just give that control over to the application itself. Under sound, we have ambient sound control. Let's open up this thing, and you can see here that under ambient sound, you can let it focus on only voice, so you're blocking everything but people's voices, which does actually work pretty well. You can also raise or lower the level of ambient sound, and let me tell you, this makes a big difference. Now, for me, anything over about 15, you start to get a slight hiss that's just there all the time. So I don't like that. I'm going to keep it at 15. And look, I've got these things in. I'm talking. I'm doing what I need to do, and it's absolutely fine. With noise canceling on, it is a very effective noise canceling system. There's not an intense pressure feeling like you get in some cheaper sets of earbuds. It is just very, very quiet and works really, really well. We're going to go back to ambient sound so that I can hear myself talking here. Occasionally, when you go back into ambient sound, you'll get one ear before the other for just a split second, but nothing too bad at all. Speak to chat. This is a cool one. So you're playing music. You start to say something to somebody, the music will actually lower and let you talk. I believe it actually turns on pass-through mode as well. And then when you're done talking, that raises back up. I don't like this simply because when I'm listening to music, sometimes I, without realizing it, start humming or something along to it because I'm one of those people, and then it pauses or lowers the volume of my music, and that is annoying. Let's take a look here at the equalizers. This is really, really cool. So first off, you have several different presets, which is great. We're going to go back to my custom one and click on that gear, and you can really dial this thing in to some degree, and there's clear bass that you can raise or lower and really dial in your sound profile. Love having a nice equalizer on any set of earbuds. We'll talk about sound quality a lot more here later. 360 reality audio setup. You have this 360 audio. I could not care less about 360 audio, so I have not messed with this at all. It means nothing to me. You can also go in and change your priority in terms of your Bluetooth connection. Do you want better sound quality or better connection strength? That's really nice to have. DSEE audio is basically the ability to upscale lower quality audio. I think I can tell a little bit of a difference streaming from YouTube Music, but it's not making a massive difference for me. It may use a little bit more battery, but battery's been really solid, so it doesn't matter. Here's a cool thing they just added. You can now be connected to 2 devices simultaneously. Turn that on, and off you go. It's fairly self-explanatory. It's really, really nice to have. Voice Assistant is actually really, really good on this thing. I love the way that it works. So the way mine is set up, I press and hold on my right ear. I hear the little assistant ding. I say my command, and then when I let go, that's when it triggers it actually complete the command. It's not like a lot of earbuds where you press and hold, you get the ding, you say the thing, and then you have to wait for it to time out, and then it goes. It is really, really quick by virtue of the fact that it triggers as soon as you let go. I love that that is how it works, and it also seems to boost the pass-through mode of your voice even higher because it knows you're going to be talking, which is really, really nice. In terms of changing the controls here, it's a little bit weird, but I don't actually hate it. So you can go left or right. so they can be independent, and then you pick a preset. So the way I have mine set is that my left ear does nothing but toggles ambient and ANC. That's all it does. One tap, that's it. And that's all you can have when you do this particular set. On the right side, we got play, pause, next song, previous song, and then your assistant by pressing and holding. So that's the way that this works. I don't believe that you can go in and customize each individual tap, but you can go in and do different presets on each side. And I find that this does work well enough for me. Here you can make sure that off is an option when you're toggling through your ANC and pass through, which I don't really need. Automatic power off, pause whenever you take them out of your ear. Notification and voice guide. This is a really cool thing too. So when a notification comes through, you can press and hold, and then as soon as you hear the chime for the assistant, let go, and it's going to then tell you the time and read your notifications to you and actually allow you to respond to them at that same time with your voice. And that looks like about it in terms of the app. It is a very feature-rich app. It's not quite as feature-rich as what Samsung offers, but for something that's, third-party installed on any particular phone that you want, there's a lot there, and all of it works really, really well. The taps work very well for me, even through my hair sometimes. Just a solid software experience for the most part. Now, firmware updates do take quite a long time, and I should point this out here. Transferring the latest headphone software, it's actually doing an update right now, and you've watched this kind of go through. It is not a fast firmware update at all. It does take a long time, so keep that in mind. That's probably the worst thing about this software. So now let's talk about the most important thing, I think, about these buds, and that is going to be the audio quality. How do they sound? And in short, I'll say this. They don't sound as good as the Buds 2 Pros, but they do sound very, very good. They're a very strong set of earbuds. I'm going to show you here, like I did on my last earbuds review, I listened to 3 different songs that I took notes. Obviously, I listened to a lot more than 3 different songs, but I listened to 3 different songs that this is what I did. Buds 2 Pros in, listen, take a few notes, take them out. Link Buds S in, play that same part, compare with notes as well, back and forth. So I did that with 3 different songs. These are the ones that I chose, and this is what I said. You're gonna go Far Kid by The Offspring. It's a very dynamic song. I really like the way that it sounds. The intro has a lot of good stuff that's kind of quiet, and the chorus is quite big. It's a really nice song to test stuff out with. And the Buds 2 Pro, as usual, remains a very, very balanced set of earbuds. You could use an equalizer and boost things and do things, but out of the box, they're actually, I think I have my own custom preset on there, but I like things to be quite balanced. And it is quite balanced, very, very detailed sound, and the sound is relatively, it's a wide sound, if you can understand what I mean. With the Link Buds S, the mids were not as noticeable, and you may have seen my preset earlier. I could maybe lift them a bit more, but they're already fairly lifted. The mids weren't quite as pronounced, not as detailed, and the sound is a bit more narrow, a bit more of a bassier tone than the Buds 2 Pro. Don't get me wrong. They sound quite good. I don't dislike the way that they sound at all, but the Buds 2 Pro, just a bit of a wider soundstage and a bit more detail, a bit better balanced. Love Is Only a Feeling by The Darkness. The Buds 2 Pro sounds really good, really big, powerful intro in that song. It's just a simple 3-chord intro. It's just got a very big, powerful sound to it. In the verses, though, it kind of has this light, fluttery nature to it, and the high ends almost sound too crisp. There's almost like a hiss to the intro, but overall, really, really nice, clean sound from the Buds 2 Pro. The Link Buds S, again, soundstage is a bit more narrow, but that intro still sounded nice and booming. It does not have that hissing problem that the Buds 2 Pro had. Overall, there's some things that one does better than the other. They're neck and neck on this song for me. They're very, very similar. Rolling Sevens by Dirty Honey, I believe, was the band of this one. Buds 2 Pro, intro sounds absolutely fantastic. It's really, really a well-recorded song, which really helps. There's a part where you can really hear the drummer kind of riding that cymbal heading into the chorus. Really, really nice, crisp sound on that. With the Link Buds, the intro still sounded really, really good. It's a bit bassier, a bit heavier of a sound, and honestly, I preferred the Link Buds S there. So, while overall, the Buds 2 Pro, I think, are the better sounding earbuds, the Link Buds are going to hold their own for me. And there's going to be songs where I'm going to actually prefer their take on the sound. But they do sound quite different from one another. This is something I often forget to do, but right now you are listening to a microphone test of the Link Buds S, and I'm using my Fold 4 to do the voice recording of this, and I'm actually currently connected to both this and my Duo 2 at the same time because multi-point pairing is absolutely awesome. So there you go, guys. Those are my thoughts on the Sony Link Buds S. For $200, I'd say they're a pretty darn good set of earbuds. For $150, they are an outstanding set of wireless earbuds. They sound as good as anything else anywhere near that price bracket. They are kind of nipping at the heels of Samsung's offering without quite toppling them, but the ANC is great, the pass-through is great, the controls are really good. There's lots to love about the Link Buds S, and again, for $150, I do not regret buying these things at all. They will likely stay in my pocket for the foreseeable future. Guys, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. Link to these buds in the description down below. I'll see you on the next one, and until next time, stay nerdy, my friends.